Yeah. So.
Life I've barely spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth, it is an omen. Lay me down up in the ocean until you see no motion. Right now I can barely focus. I'm showing no emotion. On your knees, show your devotion. My skin is black but golden. I'm not here for bragging, boasting. Ain't lying, damn clear. Uber everywhere. This sound like Superman is here. Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while.
Hello, friends. Welcome into some Friday Night Football. I'm Jordan Palacio alongside, as always, Brian Bernier. Perry versus Chandler tonight in what is likely to be the game of the week and probably the game of the season for this Perry Puma football team. Brian, let's start off with Chandler. You know, Perry have a long history with Chandler. You know, over the course of the years, they've only lost 5 games, 4 of them to the Wolves. Offensively, they're still looking at Jacob Conover at quarterback, right?
Jacob Conover, one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Arizona, BYU commit, 3-year starter, has been the machine that Chandler's gone through for the past few years. Very steady, very accurate quarterback. And when you have that surrounded by those athletes, really a lot of offense coming from that team.
Right, and you talk about those athletes. Let's talk a little bit about DeCarlos Brooks, their running back, kind of a different style of running back that we're used to seeing with Chandler. What do you got on him?
Not really the home run hitter we've seen before from
right.
Chandler. Still can hit the home run, but he's not in that TJ Green kind of mold. When watching tape on Brooks, we see a lot of power, what we hadn't seen from the other running backs. There's a couple of clips on there where he's throwing guys out of the way and breaking tackles and off to the races. So different type of guy, not quite the home run threat, but a Cal commit obviously has the pedigree to go Division I.
And we're talking about receivers as well, Brian. Kind of a 3-headed monster back there for Chandler, namely, Brandon Liebrock, Gunnar Maldonado. What have we seen from them so far this year?
Yeah, well, Maldonado averaging over 20 yards a catch.
Yeah.
And we saw big plays. I mean, getting open, wide open down the field, laying out for passes. And he was actually a player that started on defense, and they moved him over. And so you think you have that many athletes, you're like, well, let's just switch him from free safety, and he's got 6 touchdowns in 4 games.
So now, Brian, let's flip the coin a little bit. Let's talk about Perry. For people who might not be familiar with this team, they saw Brock Purdy, and now he's graduated. Chuba taking over. What is the difference between Chuba and Brock?
Really the biggest difference is the arm strength. The ball comes out a little bit faster, a little bit tighter out of Chuba's hand. Doesn't have the command of the offense quite like Brock. Not as poised like we talked about. We didn't see a quarterback even close to being as poised as Brock. But Chuba's doing his job. This team runs the ball a lot more than they have previously, so Chuba's just back there kind of managing and doing a great job of it so far this season.
Now, I mentioned, in the beginning that out of Perry's last 5 losses, 4 of them have been to Chandler. They've not beaten Chandler in a long time. What do you think they have to do to escape with a win here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they never beat them, and the biggest thing is they're going to have to run the football. And being able to run the football against them is really difficult because what they're going to do, what we expect them to do, is pack the box, man up outside, and make you throw the football. And so what we see in the past is that the DBs really take away any passing game. So if Jalen Young can't get going, it's going to be a long night for the Pumas.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to it. Here tonight from John Wren Stadium, we're going to have kickoff coming up momentarily. Again, it's Perry versus Chandler here on Perry Live 365. Both these teams, good evening, friends. I'm Jordan Palacio, joined as always by Brian Bernier. We are here for the matchup, like I said, of the season. Perry taking on quite possibly their biggest foe in the last few years, the Chandler Wolves. We said it in the intro. 4 out of the last 5 Puma losses over the past 2 years have come to this Chandler team. They have been the one hurdle that this Puma team has not been able to jump over. The Pumas won the toss, elected to defer. The kickoff team is already out there, and we are just moments away from kickoff here on this Friday night in Chandler, Arizona.
Pumas looking for touchbacks tonight on the kickoff. Don't want to put the ball in people's hands that are game breakers with space. So hopefully those balls are getting deep in the end zone. That's the goal, at least, of every kickoff they have to attempt tonight.
Well, and we see right now, we talk about the strategy. Chandler right now with 3 men deep back to return, 1 on each sidelines and 1 right in the middle of the hash marks to try and prevent the Pumas trying to maybe take a kick out of bounds. Chandler's going to want to return this ball. And we are underway, and this is going to go straight back in the end zone, 7 yards back. Job done on special teams.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered there by the Pumas. Dale Torrey receives that about 6 yards deep into the end zone.
So, Brian, as this Chandler offense comes out onto the field, we kind of mentioned it in the open, but what do we have to expect here from the Wolves?
Yeah, we talked about where everything runs through, and that runs through Jacob Conover. Conover, one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Arizona, BYU commit as mentioned in the open. And as Conover goes, it helps because he manages this game with all those athletes he has. He disperses the ball evenly as much as possible, everybody can, and see if he can pull that off tonight.
Here we go. Jacob Conover starts off in the gun with his favorite running back, Derek Brooks, to his left. Ball on the 20-yard line, and we're going to have a false start most likely here on Chandler to start off the game. And that is the call, so Chandler's going to move 5 yards back. 1st and 15 now. Chandler line up in the same formation. This time snap it cleanly. Conover looking to pass, throws, short. It's caught by Gunnar Maldonado. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete
actually
pass.
On the field, so good defense by the Pumas. Right on that in the flat. Nice job by Andre Maryberry coming up and making the hit.
Looked like he caught it, but he could not control it. Going to the ground, 2nd and long now for the Wolves. Brooks flips over to Conover's right. 3 wide set here for the Wolves. Conover is going to throw to Lee Brock on the flat. Lee Brock is going to accelerate forward to about the 19-yard line, and that's where he's brought down.
Yeah, another play there. I think the Pumas will take that all night if they want to throw it out to Lee Brock in space against Mayberry. That's a battle that they think Mayberry will win pretty much every time.
Well, now here's a big chance for the Pumas to gain some momentum early. 3rd and 11. Can they get off the field? Conover in the gun. Conover gets a snap, 3-step drop, looking to his left, throws left. He's got a man, and it's going to be a 1st down. Flag comes in late. That's Maldonado on the reception, and we're going to check the penalty. It's going to be offensive PI, most likely on Maldonado.
Yeah, go back here and look at this replay. Looks like Maldonado tries a little shove here during the process.
So offensive PI is the call on Maldonado. And went from being a 1st down, maybe that's how he got the separation. Goes from 3rd and 11 to 3rd and 21. Ball on the 9-yard line here for the Wolves. You would imagine maybe a little screen draw, something like that here from this far back, 3rd and a country mile. Brooks to Conover's left. Only a couple wide set here. And that's where they're going to go to Brooks. Brooks has some room to run, though. He accelerates past the 20, brought down before the 25, and the Pumas do, in fact, get off the field.
Yeah, nice safe play there by the Chandler offense. Get it out of that hole. Pumas bust a 3 and out. We haven't seen too many of those by this defense in the past few weeks.
So Colby Dickey will go back to punt, and for the Wolves, Tim Boyd is going to punt. Dickey stands at his own 36-yard line, awaiting the punt. 10:30 and counting left to go here in the 1st quarter. Special teams on the high school level is always interesting. Boyd gets it off cleanly. Kind of a wobbling kick. Dickey wants no part of it. It takes a bounce at the 37, and it's going to die at the 37, actually, right there. That's where the Pumas are going to take over. Good field position here with 10:15 left to go. So now we kind of previewed Chandler's offense a little bit, Brian. Now the Perry offense coming on the field. We all know about the Purdy brothers, but let's talk a little bit about Jalen Young. You know, what has he brought to the table this season?
Yeah, Jalen Young has been a breath of fresh air for this offense in the running back position. Power runner, but has the speed to run away from defenders. He showed that continually this year, and that's who they want to go through tonight.
On the first play, they're going to throw back to Dickey. Got a trick player. Dickey's going to throw to Jordan Young, and it's right through his fingers. Jordan Young saw nothing but green in front of him and missed the football. What a play call by Preston Jones on the first play of the game to run the trick and throw it deep. 2nd and 10 nonetheless. That was the perfect play call. The crowd rose to its feet. 4 wide set here for the Pumas on 2nd down. Purdy in the gun by himself. Ball on the 36 officially. Purdy relays the play to his troops. He gets the snap, a little 3-step drop. He's going to throw to his right side on the far side. He finds Young, who holds on to it. This time he breaks a tackle and is taken down past the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short here for the Pumas.
Yeah, the trick play to open. Just not able to connect.
So it's a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 4 now for the Pumas. Let's see what they draw up here. 2 straight pass plays. Purdy now lines up in the pistol. Sends a man in motion. Gets it, and he's going to fake the give. Throw to his far side, and he's got his man. It's going to be a first down into Chandler territory. Down at the 45-yard line. First down, Perry. Kyle Patterson, it looked like, on the reception there for the Pumas. He gets the first down, 9:30 in counting here in the first quarter. Jalen Young to Purdy's left. And that's where they're going to go with the ball. Gave it to Jalen Young. Jalen down the right side. Keeps the feet moving. Going to be about a gain of 8 or so here on the first carry of the night for Young.
Yeah, nice job by Young. Finding the hole. He slides very nicely into the little spots and the creases that are out there. You can see prime example there of his ability to have great vision in the hole.
2nd and 3. The Pumas again lining up in the pistol, 3 wide. Young in behind. They're going to fake to Young, throw, and that pass just a little bit too high for Connor Boyd. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3 now. So we'll see what play call they drop. The Pumas have been, for the most part this season, a run-first team. Purdy in the gun to Jalen Young's right. They send a man in motion. They got Chandler to jump off sides. It's going to be a neutral zone infraction here on the Wolves. Oh, no, they're actually going to call it a false start. The whole crowd, and myself included, thought that they were going to rule it against Chandler. Instead, Pumas are moving backwards 5 yards, 3rd and 8 now. So after the penalty, 3rd and medium. Pumas have already converted 1 third down on this drive. 8:48 left to go here in the first quarter. This is the Pumas' first drive after the Wolves went 3 and out. Three wide set. Man in motion. Purdy's got the snap. A little 5-step drop. He's going to have to scramble and improvise. He throws, and it's going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Patterson through his hands, and now Chandler get the stop on defense.
Yeah, good pressure up the front by the Wolves. Going to force Perry to punt. What looked like a promising drive early on. Fizzles.
So now Connor Boyd, the receiver, is going to be converted into punter, and he's going to be kicking deep, it looks like, to number 2, Jacob De La Torre for the Wolves. Let's see if this is one of those just straight out of bounds, not give him a chance. Boyd's kick is up and away. Swirling kick, takes a bounce inside the 10 and is downed at the 1-yard line. Connor Boyd with a great special teams play. A perfect punt, as perfect as you can get it. And now Chandler going to have to go 99 yards for a score. coming into this game, Brian, we might have been thinking that we might have a shootout between these two teams. Kind of surprising to see two pretty stagnant offensive drives.
Yeah, so far so good for both defenses. So we'll see if maybe nerves come in there. This is a game that they've been all looking forward to. Neither team's had much of a challenge the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So coming to this one, much anticipated, going into fall break with a little break from school. Nothing else to think about really right now except for this game. And so both teams look for them to settle in here and see what they can come up with.
The big weapon right here for the Wolves is their running back, number 25, DeCarlos Brooks. Brooks has been leading the charge for them all season, and he gets the carry here on first down from the 1. He's got nowhere to run, though. He pushes the pile forward up to the 5-yard line, so he turned a nothing play into a gain of 4.
Yeah, nice job by Brooks putting his head down and realizing where they're at in the field and dragging a pile about 3 guys, get the extra yardage.
Nice job of Chandler staying on schedule offensively. And now they're set up here on 2nd and 6. They line up in the pistol, Brooks in behind. Almost a false start there. They're going to give to Brooks. Brooks is going to bounce outside. He's got room to run. Almost breaks the tackle. It's a first down for Chandler.
Yeah, a little shoestring tackle there by the Pumas. Callaway coming up, saving a big gain, but could pick up the first down.
Oh, yeah, that tackle's not made. I think Brooks is still running. Chandler's playing fast. Now they're going to pitch out to Brooks. Give Brooks the ball. Taking his time. Ducking under a man and staying on his feet. He's not going far, though. Made a few guys miss, but only for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, that's what we talked about with Brooks before. Maybe not the game breaker we've seen before, but he's going to make people earn their tackles. You can see him break a couple there just for a short game, but still pays dividends later in the game.
2nd and 7, 7:30 left to go here. Ball on the 17-yard line. Conover, the third-year starter, gets the play call into his offensive line. In the gun, gets the snap, and now they're going to run the same play. Pitch to Brooks, this time on the opposite side. Brooks trying to wait for the hold to develop, and never really did. But that being said, he's going to be close to the markers. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here for the Wolves.
Chandler grinding it out. We looked at percentages for both teams. Both teams run heavy offenses. Chandler a little more balanced than the Pumas. Pumas almost 70-30 on the year. Chandler a little bit more of the 55-45 range.
I think I might be able to tell what they're going to do on 3rd and 1, and that's right. They're going to go straight to Brooks. It's going to be a close spot. It looks like they got it just by a yard, though. Brooks gets the first down for Chandler.
Yeah, you can see the extra effort here by Brooks. He kind of lurches forward there after getting hit in the backfield. Nice job by Brooks taking up the first down.
6:30 about left to go. Ball placed on the 24 for Chandler. This time Conover under center. Not something we see too often in the high school game. Play action pass. He wants to go deep. No one's there. Some miscommunication there between him and Brandon Liebrock. Falls harmlessly to the ground. 2nd down.
Yeah, everybody faked out there, even our cameraman.
Ouch.
No man's land for that pass.
2nd and 10. Big crowd in for tonight's game here at John Wren Stadium. Perry had to bust out the extra bleachers. Usually we only see those when it comes time for graduation. Here on 2nd down, Conover is going to give to Brooks. Brooks stiff arms a man, gets dragged down by the face mask. That's a plain as day call right there. It's going to be a face mask on Andrew Moon for the Pumas, and this is going to move Perry up 15 yards, or excuse me, Chandler up 15 yards.
Yeah, you can see here, good defense, kind of.
So the face mask is the call, and this is going to bring Chandler up to the 39-yard line. $6:15 left to go. Conover in the gun, Brooks to his left. 4 wide set here. They're going to give to Brooks. Brooks falling forward, gets a gain of 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, that's the thing with Brooks. He knows everything's falling forward. Every gain, every carry is just a couple yards. 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. And that's what we talked about, him having a little more power than the other ones. And low to the ground. Not the biggest running back in the world, but definitely has a lot of power.
Powerful and still yet very elusive as well. Conover's going to keep himself, and there goes Conover. He's going to take a slide at the 47-yard line. They're going to spot him. I thought he got a little bit farther. It doesn't matter, though. First down, Chandler.
Yeah, so some of the defense sees up top, or the offensive coaches see up top, that defensive end crashing down and pull it and take it. And
there he goes.
Easy money there for 15.
5:30 left to go here in the first. 0-0 our score. I'll tell you what, this might be the lowest scoring game between these two teams so far.
Yeah, I was thinking 14-14 by now.
Yeah, exactly. Conover gets a snap. 3-step drop. Wants to go deep and does. He's got his man down the far side. Did he hang on? Yes, he did. I think that's Gunnar Maldonado on the grab for the Wolves. What a play. No, it looks like it is Maldonado. What a grab.
You can see here Maldonado just on a streak.
Oh, my goodness.
Right, the second catches the back half of the ball, somehow comes up. It looks like it rolled around there, but hey, no replay in high school, so we're going to go with what it's called on the field.
First and goal from the 10. It's a pitch over to Brooks, and Brooks is tackled around the 7-yard line, so it's going to bring up second and goal. What a grab by Maldonado. And this is a guy, Brian, that did not play offensively until about week 2 or 3 of the season.
Yeah, I kind of moved him over, playing the strong safety, free safety spot for him, and he's been a big, deep threat, and you can see the threat right there.
Maldonado is averaging over 20 yards a catch on the year, and you can see why with that. Second and goal now, 4:40 left to go. Chandler going to switch formations. Conover goes under center, a little I formation here. They're going to pitch out to Brooks. There goes Brooks trying to cut back up inside. Nothing doing there, though, and it's going to be back to the line of scrimmage. There's actually going to be a loss of 2 on the play. 3rd and 9 with 9 to go. 3rd and goal here for Chandler. Ball spotted on the right hash. Be interesting to see what Chandler call here on a 3rd down.
I think they would be looking for one of those big guys, Liebrock or Maldonado here. Perfect red zone targets.
Throw the fade up to him. Let's see what they do. Conover gets the snap. He wants Maldonado. He's throwing to Maldonado. Incomplete. No flags on the field. Good ball by Conover. Just could not find his target.
Yeah, I can see a little smash route action here. So hitch outside, corner route up top. Just a little too much on it. Nice job by the defense.
You might be thinking, too, that they might want to go for the score. They go for the touchdown, rather, but no, they're going to send out Tim Boyd for a field goal. He's only 1 of 2 so far on the season, so this is only his 3rd field goal attempt of the year. It's a 21-yard chip shot. Kick is up, and it looks to be good from here, and it is. We have our first score of the game. It's 3-0 Chandler.
So Puma's defense bends but doesn't break there. Good job holding them to 3 after that big play to Maldonado up the sideline.
That's what I was just about to say. I'd say you probably consider that a win for the Perry defense.
Absolutely. Hey, 3-0 with 3 minutes just left in this quarter. I don't think anybody expected that.
No, I don't think we
expected
a defensive clinic to be played here between these two teams. .342 left to go here in the first. 3-0 the score. Both teams, their only blemishes this season came in week 1. Perry's was the pinnacle, and Chandler went interstate and played against Centennial out in California. Came away with a loss in that one. Ever since then, both teams have been perfect on the air.
Yeah, Chandler playing 2 games out of state. So out of the first 5 of the year, you're looking at 2 games that were out of state. Only played 3 in-state opponents so far.
Not the best kick here from Chandler. It's going to go out of bounds, so the Pumas, once again, are going to be starting in some good field position.
Yeah, so Chandler opened up in that game against Centennial High School. Centennial now ranked 8th in the country, and losing on the road and then heading up to Vegas a few weeks after that and playing a game where they pretty much dominated. We saw the Maldonado coming out party of that game.
Absolutely.
So,
as well as DeCarlos Brooks as well.
Tough game to start against a team like Centennial week 1. You know, you're still getting your kind of bearings no matter what. There's always turnover at positions, and then you go and play a big-time team like that.
After the penalty, the ball spotted on the 35. Now is the Pumas' turn to respond. 4 wide set here for the Pumas. Trips left. Purdy in the gun by his lonesome. Man cover across the board here for Chandler. Purdy gets the snap. Looks left. He wants to throw left. He's got Connor Boyd a little bit behind him. Boyd makes the adjustment, and as he comes to the ground, he cannot hold on and complete.
Yeah, some great job here. You can see on the replay. Here, you can just go and jump ball cover 0. Boyd has his hands at DB, does a great job of ripping through the ball. Incomplete.
2nd and 10. Now for the Pumas. Not Young back in there, but that's Jaden Burns.
That's that defense we talked about. We thought we'd see. Dare him to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Pack it in there. Don't want Jalen Young getting loose on him like he has all year.
Purdy now going to throw. He's got Boyd, and this time Boyd hangs onto it, spins out of a tackle, and now comes to the near side past the 45, taken down at the 42-yard line. First down, Pumas.
You can see here, quick pass. RPO. Boyd right in his hands, makes a move, gets upfield. Nice job finishing the run. Pumas in business here.
3:20 and counting here in this first quarter. Another 4 wide set here. Purdy gets the snap. Now he's going to roll right. He's got a man, throws on the run. He's got Boyd once again. It's a first down inside the 30-yard line for the Pumas.
So you can see on the replay here, Purdy with his elusiveness really causing problems for this Chandler defense. He breaks contain, and works his way across the formation. Kill that.
Ball spotted on the 26-yard line. He gets the snap and is going to give to Burns. Burns not a ton of room to work with on that play, but it's still going to be about a gain of 4, though.
Yeah, so we're talking about Purdy. We're trying to get this replay going. We had him break contain and get outside, and does a great job of keeping his eyes downfield, finding receivers. Important trait as a quarterback.
They only gave Burns 3 on the carry. Now Purdy keeps. Now he's looking to run. His first read wasn't there. Now he's just going to fire this one out of bounds. That one falls incomplete. 3rd and 7 now. Now, Brian, I'll ask you this. Ball spotted on the 23-yard line. Do you think we're in 4-down territory here?
Yes. Yes.
There you go. Easy.
Sorry, I wasn't surprised they didn't run it again there. Just dig it out there twice. So you're looking at, from the spot they're at now, you're looking at a 41-yard field goal or so. But
so 3rd and 7. If we're subscribing to the 4-down territory idea, Pumas would like to get at least half of that. Little screenplay here for, looks like Burns possibly. They do get about half. That flag coming in late. It looked like a face mask from here, and that might be the call.
yeah, you can see here's a drop back to screen. Leaks out there, up around the head, rips across the face. Pretty easy call, it's a little late.
The call was late, but it was the correct call nonetheless. So that penalty is going to move the chains here for the Pumas as they get closer to the end zone. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line, so the Pumas can still get a first down here. 2:15 left to go in the first. Burns in the backfield. To Purdy's right, man in motion. And now we got a whistle coming in from the near side. Perry going to burn a timeout. So the Pumas offense is moving. Stalled the first time. And now have a good chance to take the lead here in this first quarter at the 11-yard line. As you see the cheerleaders on near side here, just in front of the student section. One of the new toys that this team has, our new wireless camera. I don't think Brian could do that in his prime right there, what those cheerleaders were doing. 1st and 10 from the 11 now for the Pumas. Purdy lines up in the pistol with Burns in behind. They get a look at the Chandler defense, now reset themselves. Purdy relays the play call. Gets the snap. He's going to give to Burns. Burns straight up the gut. And this one's only going for about a yard or so. So 2nd and 9 from the 10. Under 2 minutes left to go. Purdy lines up by himself, 4 wide, trips to the right. Pumas looking to take the lead here against Chandler. Purdy gets the snap, throws near side to Colby Dickey. Dickey's got it, and he's in from 10 yards out. The Pumas respond in a big way. Touchdown, Perry.
See him shift down here into the formation. Dickey just gets right behind that linebacker. Nice job, pitch and catch. Pumas up 7-3 here earlier, 6-3.
Uh-oh, there it is. There's the commentator's curse. Samuel Cross on for the point after the 10-yard score. A little bit of a low snap. Cross's kick is up, and it is through. 7-3 our score with 1:20 left to go here in the first quarter. So now here comes the Chandler offense. Back onto the field after kicking their 21-yard field goal. 4 wide set here for the Wolves. Conover in the gun, Brooks to his left. And that's where they're going to go. DeCarlos Brooks spins out of a tackle, being held on by his jersey. It's going to be a gain of 5 there for the Wolves.
Brooks, again, we talked about how he gets away from the first tackler. Prime example there.
Under a minute left to play here in the quarter. Pumas up by 4. Conover giving Brooks the play call. Lines up. And we're ready to go here on 2nd down. They're going to go to Brooks once again, straight up the gut. Brooks is going to be short of the marker. It's going to be 3rd and 1 with about 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We'll see if they get another playoff or they want to hold on and make sure that they convert on 3rd and short here going into the second.
Yeah, I think if he had 7-3 in the offense pool, you're the big winner. I don't think anybody have that being a possibility here in this game, man.
I would also hope that nobody in your office is betting on this game as well. 3rd and 1 here. Brooks gets the ball. He falls straight forward, even accelerates a little bit. He's got the first down a little bit more for the Wolves in what will probably be the last play of the first quarter. Yeah, with 9 seconds left, the Wolves are just going to walk off the field. So 7-3 is our score here at the end of the first quarter. We are going to take a quick break here from John Wren Stadium, and when we come back, we have another 12 minutes of action here from Chandler. But until then, this is Perry Football here on Perry Live 365.
I've barely spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth, it is an omen. Lay me down up in the ocean until you see no motion. Right now I can barely focus. I'm showing no emotion. On your knees, show your devotion. My skin is black but golden. I'm not here for bragging, boasting. Ain't lying, damn clear. Uber everywhere. This sound like Superman is here. Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? They felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now? Am I going in and out? I stop and just look around to see if you're with me now.
Welcome back here to John Wren Stadium. Conover is already looking to throw deep. Pump fakes once and now finds his man on the far side. That's Maldonado once again. We talked about him. He's going to be an X-Man in this game. It's going to be second and short here for Chandler. Yes, he did. Why is he catching that? Looks good for the Scouts. 7-yard gain there, 11:30 left to go after the first play in the second quarter. Carlos in to Conover's left, and there goes DeCarlos Brooks. Makes a man miss badly. Tackled from behind. First down, Chandler inside the 40-yard line. Ball at the 35-yard line. They're going to give to Brooks once again. And there goes Brooks. Brooks tackled just before the markers. It's going to be a gain of 8 on the play. Chandler moving the ball. And this is kind of more the game that we expected coming in.
Yeah, they're going to ride that ball straight ahead. Just inside zone. Finding the hole, sliding into the slot in there and picking up easy yardage.
They make a change at running back now. That's Jaheim Brown-Taylor. And that's where they're going to go. And he is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to lose a couple yards.
Nice job by this defense closing that down and not allowing any lanes. Nowhere to go. Defense rallies to the ball.
3rd and 4 now, and what will most likely be another 4-down territory right here for Chandler. Conover in the pistol. Puts Maldonado in motion. Conover fakes the give. He wants to throw, and he does so on the run. He's got his man. That's going to be a first down and a lot more inside the 25-yard line here for Chandler.
Nice little easy boot pass there. Roll out. Everybody going, committing to the run heavy.
Jay McEwen on the reception there for Chandler. Ball at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. And they're going to give to Brooks. Brooks up the middle. Scoots past 1 and is tackled after a gain of it looks like 7 or so on the carry.
Yeah, good patience by Brooks. Sliding in there, finding the seam, picking up nice yardage.
And there you see Brooks. Brooks, the most go-to guy on this team here for Chandler. And that's where they're going to go again. Brooks looking for the corner of the end zone now. Turns upfield. And he's going to get a first down inside the 5-yard line. It looks like he'll be down at the 1.
Yeah, just short there. Nice job. Patience on the run. Then he hits the hole hard. He finds a little seam.
A little hard to see on the far side of the field, but it is 1st and goal from the 1. Chandler looking to respond with a touchdown themselves. You'd imagine where this ball is going. It's going straight to Brooks, straight up the gut. He falls forward, and he's in for the touchdown. Chandler come back with a touchdown themselves, and they're an extra point away from going up by 3 here in John Wren Stadium.
A straight dive, straight ahead. Fall in the end zone. Chandler takes the lead.
It's hard to defend that man from only 1 yard away.
Yeah, they had a big line. That line
Yeah.
is gigantic. We were down there on the field earlier. It's like, big boys. So let's get behind that beef and fall into the end zone. Simple.
Tim Boyd on for the point after. Clean snap, clean hold, and it is through the uprights. 10-7 is our score with 9:09 left to go here in the first half. Remember, Chandler got the ball first, so Perry will be starting the second half of the ball. So both teams now going to be resetting. As both teams are retaking the field. Lots of talk coming into this game. Not all of it was necessarily about the game. We'll dive into that a little bit more as this game rolls on. Brian, I think it's fair to say that this game matters a little bit more than usual Chandler Perry games, especially in the regular season.
Yeah, it's a little bit different vibe in this game versus other ones. It's safe to say that the two teams are very much into the rivalry.
Jordan Young on the kickoff return. Try to make a man miss. Could not, though. It looks like he's going to be wrapped up around the 20-yard line. And that's where Perry are going to take over. If Perry score here, we are in full shootout mode. I think it's fair to say. It'd be 4 consecutive scores with a score.
Yeah, give the fans what they want here.
Yes, absolutely. And trust me, we have seen some shootouts in this stadium before on this field, and this one coming in definitely had that potential.
It's nice to see a little defense every once in a while, though. So
it is.
That's kind of what we're getting here right now, and so we'll take it.
Man in motion here for the Pumas as Purdy going to fake the run, going to roll to his right, looking for a man, might just tuck him in and run. He does throw and is incomplete, looking for Connor Boyd. The bench wanted a PI called in and get it second down.
Yeah, a little boot pass there, Purdy trying to get outside and break contain. Chandler does a great job of staying in their lanes and not biting on the run fake. And again, daring him to throw the ball. You're seeing it as predicted. Perry not able to really put much pressure on him deep down the field so far in this game.
You know, minus the touchdown pass to Dickey, that's been Dickey's only reception. And we were kind of talking about before the game, Brian, that, you know, Perry kind of need to find that other person than Colby Dickey.
Yeah, that's going to be a key factor because they take away Colby. There's not a whole lot of big play threats.
He's going to float it up, and there you go. Talk about big play threats. There's Kyle Patterson, the big tight end, on the other side of the 50 in the plus territory. Huge play there for the Pumas, first down.
Yeah, so you see Pumas just dump it right over the top here. Patterson, nice throw by Purdy. Drops it in the basket. Pumas hit a big one there.
Was a nice little touch pass there from Purdy. And we're going to have a penalty here on Chandler. Brian, you catch that call?
No, I didn't see what they called there. So I guess it looks like something of personal foul variety there. And so Pumas will take it, tack on an extra 15 to the play.
That's a big plus there for the Pumas. Makes moving the ball easy when you don't really have to do it yourself. Ball at the 31 after the penalty, 8:40 and counting.
Yeah, it's one of those games where these types of little penalties may play big
absolutely
down later.
Absolutely. Pumas going to reset. Now we have a flag coming from the far side. Might be a false start here on the Pumas. Let's check the call. I got a long talk here between the two officials right here, as you see on our screen. They're still not sure. Maybe we get a third opinion? No, we're good. And the false start is going to be the call on the Pumas. So the penalty is only going to be worth 10 yards now, essentially. And Chandler penalty, that is only going to be worth about 10 yards after the 5-yard Perry penalty. 1st and 15 now from the 36. 5 wide set here for the Pumas. Purdy gets the snap. He wants to throw quickly and does. Just a little bit too tall for Dickey, who got a little knock just for good measure. 2nd and 15. Second and 15 now. Pumas are making the necessary changes here, making the right subs. Purdy lines up in the pistol. Jalen Young in behind. They're going to give to Young. Young looking for a hole. There's nothing doing there for Young. Brought down by a pack of wolves, if you will. It's going to be 3rd and 15 here for Perry.
Yeah, clogging up every lane there. You can see him take it away. And so, good job by this defense of the Wolves. And again, we're playing an NFC North battle here tonight with old school football. Plays aren't rattling out as fast as they can, and hey, we might get out of here before 11 o'clock.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. Still got some time to go. Purdy on 3rd down, wants to throw deep, and he's going to be taken down and sacked past the 45-yard line, down at the, actually, give him forward progress. They're going to say he's down at the 44. That's a little bit generous if you're asking me. Still going to be 4th and long here for the Pumas. They're going to be forced to punt. So Connor Boyd is going to be coming on here to punt. 4th and 24 after the sack. And now De La Torre is going to be back deep to return for Chandler. Boyd's punt. Last time he punted was to the 1-yard line. Watch out over there, Grant, our cameraman, that was coming right down on top of him. Let's see where the referee spots it out of bounds. And it's going to be marked out at the 25-yard line. So it's been about the average starting distance here for Chandler. Usually around the 20-yard line. 7:04 left to go here in the first half. Chandler with a 3-point lead, and this is, Brian, this is where Chandler can be dangerous. They take advantage of a small lead, and before you know it, they're up by 14.
Yeah, you want to get down too many scores here, and you end up in trouble.
Here, Conover, 3-step drop. Wants to go deep. He's got a man wide open. That's Brandon Liebrock down the near sideline. Going to reverse his field. Try to. Stays down the near sideline. Taken out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Huge play there from the Chandler Wolves. They flip the field. 1st down.
Yeah, you can just see a busted defense here by the Pumas. Wide open run down the field, and so this is where they hurt you.
Conover did a nice job. He looked the defender off, looked toward the check down route first, then had Liebrock in wide open territory right there. 1st down on the 25, 6:45 left to go. They're going to fake to Brooks. He's going to roll out. Conover wants the end zone. He's going for it. It's a jump ball, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, good defense there by the Pumas, holding their water on the boot pass. Conover got a little greedy, had a guy open in the drag area and just didn't take it.
And Conover wanted the touchdown as soon as possible. Almost got it. Now we line up here on 2nd and 10. 6:38 left to go. Ball spotted on the 25. They're going to give to Brooks. Brooks almost shook out of a tackle. It's going to be a 1-yard gain for Brooks, and for this Perry defense, Brian, that's a big compliment right there.
Yeah, Braxton Smith comes up there, sticks his face right in there, holds on for dear life. Good job by Smith filling that hole.
So here we go, 3rd and 10, you would think, with how this game's going to go. Probably 4-down territory here as well. 4 wide set here for the Wolves. Conover going to roll right, got time to throw, throws, and he's got a man for a 1st down and possibly more. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and he is in. He fell 4, he got tackled into the end zone. Touchdown Chandler from 25 yards out.
Yeah, I can see the Pumas here defensively just get upfield a little too far on the rush. Let them break contain. He slides through, keep working in the zone. Nice job on the catch and the run after. Touchdown Wolves.
So Boyd is going to come on for the point after. if I'm not mistaken, that was the stout puffer on the catch and the score. Boyd's point after is through the uprights and good. And just like how we were saying, you blink once and Chandler's already up 2 possessions. It's 17-7 with 6 minutes.
Yeah, we saw that before. This is where Pumas have to answer back. You don't want to have to start chasing here late because Chandler starts figuring it out offensively and they start pumping out points. And next thing you know, you're down more scores than are possibly to make up.
Exactly.
It's because the stops aren't coming as frequently as they did earlier in the game.
This is you have to come into one of these games with 2 high-powered offenses, kind of in a arena football mindset. Basically, whoever makes the most stops is probably going to win the game.
Yeah, that's where you kind of get. We've seen it before a couple years ago, where we actually were kind of in the game, and then we kind of started to get behind in possessions as far as points, and we were chasing the whole time, and it just wasn't sustainable for us.
Boyd on to kick it deep. 6 minutes left to go here in the first half. Perry, like I said, get the ball to start off the second half, so I would think they're probably going to see the ball 2 more times before this half is complete. Boyd, a little pooch kick, trying to take away the return. It's caught by Jordan Young at the 15-yard line right on the sideline. Young makes one man miss, trying to make something out of this return. Down the sideline, past the 30-yard line it looks like. And all said and done, he actually did pretty well with that return.
No, that's a nice job by Young, making a couple guys miss and getting positive yardage off of a kick that really kind of cornered him over there. And so Pumas will start in nice field position at the 26.
Take the 26 rather than the 15 or so.
This is where they got to get the run game. We talked about the run game is going to have to be established in this. They're not going to have the ability to throw the ball downfield all night. And so going to have to see if they can start making hay here with the running backs and anybody else who wants to participate in running the ball.
We got a flag here, and we're going to have a false start, I think, on Colby Dickey.
Yeah, no excuse to the receiver spot to be able to jump there. And so I don't know if he flinched because of what the DB did or thought the ball was going to be snapped on the first signal.
Yeah, I'm not sure that all the DBs dropped back in coverage at the same exact time. And it looked like Dickey flinched right when they did that. 1st and 15 now. Ball, you talk about field position now. Ball is already back at the 21-yard line.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Puma's going to run heavy show right here with 3 tight ends in the game, 1 wide receiver.
Dickey gets the snap, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to run. That's Burns. Jaden Burns on the carry. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Yeah, right after that false start was called, Pumas subbed in 2 tight ends for the 2 receivers that were down here on the bottom of the field.
So 2nd and 10 now, pretty much like an incomplete pass on first down. Brings us back to the 26-yard line. Under 6 minutes now in the first half. Ball spotted on the left hash. Man in motion. Purdy gets the snap. Going to fake the give, and now he's going to throw on the far side right through the receiver's hands. It falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, just trying to get positive yards there, a little 5-yard gain. Brock Lane not able to catch the ball. You're going to get a lot of balls thrown to you when you can't catch the 5-yard out with gloves on.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts right there for the Pumas because now you're looking from a 3rd and 5 to a 3rd and 10 against this defense.
I'm going to tighten up that Velcro on those bad boys.
3rd and long here for Perry. Dickey in motion. Purdy gets snapped, going to boot right. He's looking for some time to throw. Finds Dickey, but he's nowhere near the markers, and the Pumas go 3 and out.
Another little boot pass. Got lucky to get outside. Almost a hold there by the tight end on the edge.
Yeah, I was going to say it was looking pretty close there.
I was shocked the flag didn't come out. So Brock Lane having a little trouble handling that edge pressure, and Puma's punt team now back out.
Yep, Connor Boyd back on to punt here for the Pumas. 5 minutes left. And you would assume they cannot go into halftime down by 17 points to this team. Clean snap, punt is up and away. A spiraling kick, a short kick, and that's going out of bounds to about the 35-yard line or so. Even further up, the referee's keeping moving. Ball is spotted at the 44-yard line.
Got a penalty flag on the play as well, so see what they end up with. If it's looks like it might be a hold on the Pumas. You can see here on this punt, what ends up happening is the guys in front of Boyd back up almost into him. And he takes steps backwards, and he has to short-leg it because the personal protectors are both backing up into him.
Oh, wow. You get the call on that, Brian. Roughing the kicker. It's going to be a first down for Perry.
I don't know why he was looking to the Chandler sideline, so Perry looks out there. Must have been real late.
Yeah, I mean, I sure didn't see it, but the referee, the people that matter did see it. It's going to be a first down here. So now Purdy gets the snap. He's going to look for Jalen Young. He's got him. Young still wasn't expecting the ball. Tries a stiff arm man going backwards and is taken down behind the line.
Yeah, good defense there by the Wolves, keeping Young in front. Young really should have probably just tried to run to that edge and see if he could get couple more yards out of it, but try to make a little bit more than he probably had there.
They give him forward progress, so it's actually a gain of 1. Purdy, again, lines up in the pistol. Puma's going to take a look at the sideline, get the play call. And now we're going to reset. Here they come. Purdy gets the snap. He's going to give to Young. Young trying to wait for a hole to develop. Good run there from Jalen Young. Is going to bring up 3rd and medium here for the Pumas.
Yeah, the backside pursuit by that Chandler defense is just so good that there was looked like a hole was going to open up, but that thing got ran down by the backside end. Number 95, Miles McNair, the 6'1 senior.
Well, now if you're Perry, 3rd and 6 here, ball at your own 41. Where are you going to go? Patterson has been a popular target so far tonight. Few men in motion here. And now he gets the snap. He's looking left, throws left. He was looking for Dickey. Dickey fell down. Pass was low anyway, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, so they get the gift, and they can't capitalize on the gift. Going to run that punt team right back out on the field.
Maybe they can hope for another penalty. 3:32 left to go. Ball, like I said, on the 41-yard line. 3.5 minutes, rather, and counting. Boyd is going to be sent on to punt again.
See if these personal protectors stay.
Boyd has his heels placed on the 25, and De La Torre has his heels placed on the 25 as well. The kick is away. Wobbling kick toward the near sideline. It takes a bounce and gets a Puma-friendly bounce. Rolls right up the sideline. What a punt this turned out to be. Down at the 6-yard line. Connor Boyd has gotten a couple friendly bounces. One punt at the 1, and this one ends up at the 6.
You can see Boyd here. Personal protectors don't back into him. This ball just hits right in the right spot, runs down. It's like one of those Australian kicks, the way that thing kept going. So Pumas flip the field here. Hopefully a defense can step up, get off the field, get the ball to the offense in positive territory.
Well, yeah, this is going to be big momentum right here in this game. Pumas down by 10, 3:20 left to go. Can they get off the field? Or can they at least be down by 10 points going into the half? First play from scrimmage is a give to DeCarlos Brooks. Brooks makes one man miss at the line of scrimmage and charges forward for about a gain of 6 there.
Yeah, a little shoestring tackle there, or that would have been a big play for this offense. Nice job by the defender, Jalen Young, coming down from the corner position and making a tackle.
They're going to Brooks once again. Waits for a hole to develop now. Makes his move down the outside toward the right hash. He's got a first down.
And never good when your safeties are making all the tackles, and that's what's kind of happening here in this game. Is Brooks is just getting 6, 7, 8 yards a pop.
Ball at the 18-yard line. Under 3 minutes left to go. Puma's trying to get out of the first half. Still down by 10. Conover under center. Fakes the give. He wants to go deep. He's going to throw on the run to Lebrock. Does Lebrock have it? Yes, he does. First down, Chandler inside, or past the 30-yard line, rather.
Yeah, they fake the zone. Everybody's worried about the run and just leak that tight end out in space. And the Texas commit comes up with a nice catch.
That's right. Lebrock not big on the stat sheet so far this season, but you assume everyone kind of latches onto him and makes somebody else beat you. But the problem is you're playing against Chandler. Everybody on that team can beat you. Conover wants to go deep. He throws it. Man-on-man coverage. He's looking for Maldonado. Maldonado's got it with a defender draped all over him inside the 30-yard line. What a play. Gunnar Maldonado has come to play tonight.
You can see Chandler Max protects this, throws it up. Defender right there. Maldonado just beats him. Good job tracking the ball. Patience.
Ball on the 20-yard line. Gunnar Maldonado has made a name for himself tonight. He's made 2 fantastic catches. Now the play call goes to Brooks. Brooks breaks into the secondary, taken down near the markers. It's going to be a gain of 9. .145. Pumas need to hold strong here, only give up 3, if possible. Conover in the gun. Brooks to his left. They're going to give to Brooks. Brooks straight up the middle into a mass of humanity. He's got the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal.
See if this defense can come and make a play here. Compressed field when you get in here. Sometimes it's hard to run offense when you spread it out. So hopefully that bend but don't break defense will show up here.
Here we go. The Pumas need it. 1st and goal from the 9. Conover in the gun. Wants to throw. Waiting for a route to develop. He throws this one over Brooks' head. He had nothing there. 2nd down.
Yeah, you can see here for the first time, Pumas actually get pressure off the edge here. And he has got it rid of it way before he wants to. And so kind of dove out of there. So it might be a thing they want to look at. Get people in his face and get hits on him. Kind of tiptoed out of that.
2nd and 9. Pumas did their job on 1st down. Again, the goal here to hold Chandler to 3. Go into the half, only down by 13 rather than 17. Man in motion here for the Wolves. Conover gets it. Gets where they're going. Right to DeCarlos Brooks. Brooks to about the 60-yard line, it looks like. That's going to be 3rd and goal from there. Here we go, Brian. Big play here for the Pumas.
Yeah, pick up about 4, so you got to look at this offense consistently. What they've been showing is run, but this might be a prime play action spot for this offense and see what they come up with here.
2 big threats. Gunnar Maldonado, 6 feet, and of course Braden Liebrock, 6'5". And of course you have the elusive Brooks in there as well. Conover in the gun. 3rd down. Can the Pumas get off the field? He wants to throw a fade. He does so. Did he hang on? No signal yet. And we have a touchdown. He caught it. They said he got a foot down. Chandler end the half with a score.
And see here, just going to throw the jump ball up top here. Goes up over the defender. Nothing you can do about that. Good coverage. Great catch.
Looks like Liebrock was on the reception there for the Wolves. That's what we just said. 6'5". Let the big fella go up there and get it, and that's what he did. Boyd on for the point after to put Chandler up by 17. Clean snap, clean hold, and it is no good. He yanked it left. So the Pumas most likely will go into the half down by 16 points. You assume you get the kickoff and probably take a knee after that.
That could be big in this game. It makes it 2 scores.
Yeah.
And so those things kind of end up counting later on. So, but the worst case scenario right there for the Pumas to let these Wolves score right at the end of the half.
Pumas have 2 timeouts remaining with 30 seconds. Like we said, it depends on where they get after the kickoff. But if this kickoff pins him back deep, you'd assume you have Purdy run out there, take a knee, and go into the half and reassess your woods. Although that being said, Brian, Preston Jones is one of the best in the high school game at making halftime adjustments.
It's a returnable kick here, so we'll see what they do.
Yeah, the kick is going to be returned as a tennis ball. Watch out! There was a big possibility here on the return for the Pumas. That was Xavier James kind of picking the ball up on the ground and making something happen with it.
You can see this line drive kick, that doesn't give your defenders any time to get down there and run down the field. So ball kind of bounces, and James sees that seam and hits it hard. nice job putting him in a good spot, maybe to take a couple shots.
Yeah, very close to breaking that one off for more. 28 seconds left to go. Ball at the 33-yard line. Here we go. Let's see what they draw up here. 28.4 seconds. Also got to be wary of not throwing an interception as well, giving Chandler another opportunity to score here before the first half. They're going to run the ball, and Burns on the carry, wrapped up from behind, gets a gain of 2, and let's see what Jones does now.
Yeah, there's that man again for that Chandler defense, the guy who's been unblockable all night. And that's Miles McNair coming down from that end position, just sliding down in the spot and finding the guy. So,
yep, 10 seconds and counting. That both teams are going to be walking off the field. Our score going into the halftime break, 23-7, and what has felt like a very fast first half, I should say. But that being said, Chandler are the ones on top with a big 16-point lead over Perry. Perry's going to get the ball to start off the second half. And until then, we will take a break. Again, our score from John Wren Stadium right now, Chandler 23, Perry 7. When we come back, we'll have the second half of action from John Wren Stadium here in Chandler, Arizona. Until then, we're taking a break here from John Wren for Perry Live 365.
Ladies and gentlemen, Please welcome to the field the Puma Regiment. The Puma Regiment is under the direction of Brandon Keeskin and Benjamin Sampaio. The instructional staff members include Justin Mons, Taylor Willis-Hires, Stephen Bozak, Brian Gallegos, Victor Rosas, Tanner Baez, Peyton Hiscock, and Brandon Cole-Morton. For tonight's entertainment, the Puma Regiment will be performing their 2018 field show, Cutting Ties. Is the band ready? Drum majors Chase Eklund, Noel Redding, and Eliana Rosler, you may take the field in performance. Last weekend, the Puma Regiment entered its first marching contest of the season and swept the competition, earning top ranks in every possible category. So let's give another round of applause for the mighty Puma Regiment. Now joining the regiment on the field, students from the Santan and Payne Junior High Schools. They will be performing the Imagine Dragons hit, Believer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Santan and Payne Junior High Schools and the Puma Regiment.
As the Pumas prepare for the game of the week against the Chandler Wolves in a 6A rematch of last year's state championship game, we sat down with a few of Perry's most experienced coaches who have played and coached in college and the NFL in order to find out how it changed how they coached at the high school level.
My name's Travis Scott, and I coach defensive line. I basically think it helps a lot. I've been through a lot, played against some of the best, and I love being around the youth, so I try and teach them everything that has beaten me in the past.
I'm Coach Steve Axman, and my position is to coach the quarterbacks on the team. Well, I think it does change. You know, I started out coaching high school for 5 years, and then I've been helping here at Perry now for 3 seasons. And you know, there's a definite difference. At the high school level, you're still progressing, and for the first time probably getting a whole lot of intense coaching. And it's really the fundamentals and understanding the fundamentals of the game and being able to execute the fundamentals of the game that are really a big thing, especially at the high school level. As you get to the college level, you're at least going to take with you a good measure of those fundamentals with you. Not that you're not going to learn new ones, but you will. You'll kind of go to the next step. But it's you know, a very interesting progression. And then when you get to the pro level, you better you know what your fundamentals are, and you're really just adjusting to what the plays are for, say, an offense or for the defense, to make sure that you know that everything is working together as an offense or a defense on the pro level.
We also wanted to know if there were any strategies or techniques that weren't as useful at the high school level as they were at the professional level.
No, they're all useful. So basically, there's a lot of things that some coaches don't understand and haven't been teaching kids. So now being able to play at that level and the things that you've learned, being able to come down and use those techniques has put some of our kids at a better advantage.
I've been coaching now for 49 years, and I think 27 of them been on the college level. Coming back on the high school level, I think that most college coaches have a little more knowledge through experience because that's been their professional job. And when they come back to the high school level, there's a good chance that they're going to be able to teach some fundamentals that maybe the high school coaches haven't perhaps developed in their stage of the game to know.
Welcome back into John Wren Stadium. We are back in action here for the second half between Perry and Chandler. Chandler ended the first half with a couple of scores to give them the big 16-point advantage. They've actually scored 20 unanswered. Now it's going to be Perry's turn to hopefully and finally respond, and we are underway. A high kick. It's going to be almost an onside kick. It bounces. It might have gone out of bounds. Chandler got the bounce that they wanted, but it looks like it went out of bounds, like I said. Down on the far sideline.
Yeah, scary kick there. Kind of floating up there. Good coverage by the Chandler coverage team. Good job of securing it by this Puma return.
Yeah, so the Pumas were able to hop on the ball as it took a nice little bounce. Ball at the 31-yard line. And now here come the Pumas in this second half. They're going to start off with a run play. That's going right back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all it's doing there.
Just nowhere to go inside. Big number 55, the Mountain Point transfer, Matthew Palomau. First game back this year, taking advantage of that new transfer rule. Has to sit out the first 5. He's back in there at the nose, and he's blowing things up inside.
Four wide set here for the Pumas on second down. Purdy wants to go deep. He's got a man wide open. That's Carter Boyd, and it's just past his fingers. It falls incomplete, third down.
Yeah, Dickey with some time there to throw, sitting in there, and got a free runner down the middle of the field and just can't quite link up.
Yeah, right. Those plays right there are kind of the ones where if you're Perry and you're in this game, those are kind of the ones that you need to have against this Chandler defense.
Yeah, every game, if this thing ends up being tight, it has a few plays where it ends up flipping the game, and that's one of those plays right there where come out of the half and get momentum, but now if you don't get this, you're going 3 and out and putting that ball back in the Chandler offense.
Especially you have the Colby Dickey pass for the first play of the game. They're going to run a screen, and it's going to fall incomplete. Dickey and Young not on the same page. And Chandler get off of the field on 3rd down, and Pumas go 3 and out.
Yeah, it looked like they had it set up nice there, too, and just a ball out a little bit faster than might have wanted and behind Young. And so Perry 3 and out again. So danger zone here.
Absolutely. Yeah, this game is in danger of slipping away from the Pumas. Connor Boyd, after almost being on the receiving end of a touchdown, now comes on to punt to De La Torre, who's back for the Wolves, standing at his 31-yard line. Boyd has had a couple nice punts here tonight. Let this one fly, takes a bounce at the 25. De La Torre looked like he was going to go touch it. Still rolling inside the 10-yard line, and it's going to be downed again at the 7-yard line. I'll tell you what, Brian, Connor Boyd has done an excellent job on special teams here tonight.
I mean, not super happy that the only highlights we're showing are the punter, but this is a great kick by Boyd, again, flipping field position. Ball snapped at the 30, and Chandler going to get this ball all the way back down inside their 10-yard line.
And like you said, Brian, this is the danger zone. If you're Perry, I think it is extremely imperative right now to get a stop.
Definitely. It's a great kick there. And this is what happened at the end of the half. They had them all the way down here. They let them go down and score. They got to buck up here and play defense.
They're going to go to Brooks here on the first play in their second half. Brooks gets outside to the numbers, taken down past the 15-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Maybe even closer than that, actually. It's going to be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, he kind of rode the defender on top of him there and picked up a couple extra yards.
Conover in the gun, trips left. Brooks to his right. Man in motion. And they're going to give to Brooks here. Brooks with some room to run toward the left hash. Makes another man miss. Makes another man miss. There goes DeCarlos Brooks, taken down from behind at the 40-yard line.
So you can see here, Brooks coming through. Man in motion comes across. Brooks just reads the outside zone, sticks in there, starts breaking tackles here. Nice move here, breaks the tackle, actually gets chased down from behind. Good job by Brooks and this Chandler offense digging it out of there from deep in their own territory.
He might be the best running back that we've seen. They're going to throw here on 1st down. Conover wants to go deep. He's looking for Maldonado, and guess what? He's got him. Both defenders fall down. It's going to be a 60-yard touchdown pass from Conover to Maldonado. Conover looks at the Perry sideline, and it's a big play, a big touchdown for Chandler.
You can see here, Conover sets in there. Nice protection all day to throw. Kind of short arms it even, both the defenders double teaming Maldonado, and nobody home. Too easy for this Chandler offense.
You said it, too easy. A point after away from going up by 23 points. Boyd on for the point after. He missed his last one prior to the end of the half. This one, though, is through the uprights. 30-7, our score here with 10:05 left to go.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. The Pumas going to have to match scores. They did a great job early of stopping this Chandler offense. Chandler's made the adjustments here ever since that first quarter, and Perry has not been able to stop them at all. Doing what they want when they want for the last quarter and a half.
And Brian, to give some context to this game, coming into it, there was a lot of controversy surrounding the former Perry player, David Ebinger, and the whole transfer situation even had a court order. I believe it was today at 3. Is that right, Brian?
That's when they're supposed to have it. I didn't hear what the result of that was. And it happened at Chaparral. They had a similar situation where a temporary restraining order was passed and the player was technically allowed to play. Chaparral still held them out of, Saguaro still held them out of the game just in case the AIA appeals and then they end up winning. That game would now be forfeited. So Effinger again transferred over, and the transfer was blocked based on prior contact rules. And so some bad blood there that just established some already bad blood, kind of added on to it.
Well, exactly. Now, if you were to mention a rivalry between these two teams, I would assume Sean Aguano for Chandler's side would say, what rivalry? I don't think it's a rivalry until they beat us, which Perry have not.
Yeah, that's kind of where it ends up. It's, Perry's been really the last 2 years the second best team in the state.
Yep.
And so the way it kind of maps up, it's every single time you got to face the 1,000-pound gorilla sitting down on Arizona Avenue, and Pumas haven't been able to overcome the athleticism or the size of this Chandler team so far as they've made the step up to elite level, but not quite the most elite.
They just cannot get over the hump. After the kickoff, ball's on the 27. They're going to run a little screenplay here for Jordan Young on the catch, but he's going to lose a lot of yards here, taken down at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, you can see here the screen's set up and just no blocking. I mean, the defender there does a great job. Tate Romney just sheds two people. I mean, two different guys got their hands on him, and no one really did much. So
2nd and 14 now for the Pumas. Purdy gets the snap. He wants to look left, throws left. He's got a man. That's Connor Boyd. Can he get onto this one? Yes, he can. There goes Connor Boyd. He's going to stroll into the end zone. The Pumas finally got that offensive firepower working. It's a huge score. Touchdown, Perry.
Yeah, they've been daring them to run it. So safeties are up, playing tight. They roll coverage. Boyd makes the man miss. Gets in that little post area. No safety help. Nice job by both Boyd and Purdy. Touchdown Pumas. Pumas back in it.
Talk about a touchdown that was much needed. The offense is staying on the field. Looks like Coach Jones looked at his little play sheets, looked at his 2-point conversion sheets, and it says go for 2, so that's what they're going to do. Down by 17. But I would say also probably down by 17. Would you assume that they go for it? It's going to be a false start on Colby Dickey. He moved. The sideline is not happy. That's Colby Dickey's second false start of the game.
Yeah, receivers are just not supposed to get those, and so that's one that films the next day. You're gonna hear it. Definitely gonna hear it.
So now after the false start, the offense is going to come off the field, and they're going to kick the extra point.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the reasoning was for going for 2 there to make it 15 versus 16. It's no.
Not much different, right?
No.
Yeah.
Get it when you need it. You don't need it right now.
So Cross is going to come on for the point after. The kick is up, and it is good. I thought he might have pulled it, but it sailed through the uprights. The offense came to show up finally here in the third quarter. Now it's the defense's turn.
Yeah, we've been seeing that, packing that box in and daring them to throw it up there. And missed it earlier, came right back to it. Nice ball, gave him plenty of time, gave Boyd plenty of time to run underneath that. So Boyd doing his job, getting free and beating his man one-on-one down the field for the long touchdown.
As you see right there, that poor student being forced to do 14 push-ups.
The Hawaiian theme night in the student section. Both crowds coming out
big
for this game.
Yeah.
So we asked about the extra seats, and we're like, well, they really need them. And they really need them because they may not be completely full. They're pretty dang close to capacity on that visitor side as well. And so band not getting the prime seating they're usually accustomed to for Chandler High because of the large crowd that made the trip just down the road here from Perry High School.
This kick is going into the end zone about 7 yards deep. It's going to be another touchback, and on come the Chandler offense and the Puma defense. The Chandler offense has been pretty much perfect throughout the game, except on I think they have scored actually every single drive except their very first one, Brian.
Yeah, and the last 2 90-plus yard drives are the ones that really get you because you had them pinned back on that side, and you're looking to flip the field, and Puma's not able to keep them from getting positive yards on every play they ran out of that hole. So got to make them earn it, though. Can't give up those big plays.
Well, here we go. It's tough when you have a team as talented as Chandler. There's a reason that they are defending state champs a couple years over. First play, they're going to go to Brooks. Brooks, for the first time maybe all night, is met and is tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
You can see here finally this defense is going to squeeze this down. come across it. And first time we've seen those ends kind of pinch down. So kind of susceptible to Romney keeping it off of one of those. But you know what? I'll take Romney running it over. Conover running over to those other guys any day.
2nd and 11 after the loss. Conover wants to throw quickly and does. On the far side, that's a first down.
Yeah, just a little comeback route. Easy pitch and catch there. Good separation by
the Stout Puffer.
Puffer just kind of left a little arm out there. May have been a little push there at the end, but no call. The extended arm usually will get you in trouble, but
that is easy as you like right there. A little pitch and catch. 1st and 10 from the 31. 3 wide set here for the Wolves. Brooks to Conover's left, and that's where the ball is going. Brooks now running across the field on the far side, staying on his feet, brought down from behind for a gain of 9 yards.
So this is kind of where you see the defense starts to get tired here. And Brooks, earlier when he get this first defender, he wasn't running through these arm tackles, and now late in the game, he's just running right through those arm tackles, picking up those extra yardage.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Brooks, maybe for the exception of that last play, I don't think we've seen him go down on the first tackle attempt all night.
Just weren't letting him get the extra after contact at first, and he's definitely running right through those arm tackles now.
On 2nd and 1 is the same exact play for Brooks. Taken down from behind. Inside Perry territory, first down Chandler.
So here's the play again. Outside zone. They're going to run zone here. All he's doing is going to go, and he's going to look for the hole. Slide right in there. Nobody home, nobody filling that hole.
Ball on the 48. They make a change at running back. Jaheim Brown-Taylor now in the game. Conover lines up in the gun, 3 wide. They're going to give to Taylor. Brown-Taylor on the near side. Flag coming in from the official in the area of holding. That's probably going to be the call. Until then, right now, we have a pending gain of about 7 yards.
Inside hold there, you can see it.
Yep. Holding is going to be the call, so this is going to back Chandler up. And now Perry get a little bit of a break, and it's going to be first and very long here for the Wolves.
This is where Perry has to take advantage and maybe set him up for a negative play. Got to figure they're going to be looking to throw the football, but I'll be curious to see if the Pumas bring an extra man here. There's big substitutions here. They have 4 guys coming off the field, so this might be a package that they're going to plan on bringing pressure with.
Ball is spotted on the 42, and the markers sit at the 38-yard line. Ball, however, on Chandler's 42. Man in motion here for the Wolves. They're going to give to Brown-Taylor once again, trying to set the edge. The Pumas do it this time, and it's going to be a loss of 1.
So this is the difference on this play versus what we saw earlier. The defense doing a good job of getting into the backfield on a little slant and then setting that edge outside to make him go back inside, where Brooks has been kind of doing what he wanted. They actually had to they forced that back in, and they had pursuit from the linebackers and the lineman running down the line to make that tackle.
So now DeCarlos Brooks checks back into the game. Maldonado goes in motion. They might be thinking to swing it to him. They're going to fake it. They want to go to Lebrock. Here's a screen right under. DeCarlos Brooks has room to run. There's going to be a block in the back, penalty called. So this play does not matter. Brooks is tackled from behind inside the 30, but there's two pieces of laundry on the field, both with the same call. This play is coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back. Puma's got to be careful, though, here at the end. They get a little extra. We can see they run action away, get everybody going one way, come back. You know, this block in the back was completely unnecessary.
Oh, absolutely.
Well. I mean, I don't think that guy makes the play in a million years if you just leave him alone. And so we can see at the end here, there's a little bit of an extra oomph and a little bit of talking. And you got to be careful there. You're going to get you lucked out by them bailing you out with a really bad decision by their offensive lineman. You don't want that to offset, and all of a sudden, you know, you're not having fun in films tomorrow because you made a huge bonehead play by running your mouth after the play.
So now after the penalty, 2nd and 29 here for Chandler. What are the odds they picked it up on 2 downs here? Conover wants to go for it all. Might be intercepted. They found Lebrock. Lebrock gets back to the original line of scrimmage. They pick up 20 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
They pick up 20 on the play, and what Pumas have been doing here, they've been running this little stunt inside. You can see the stunt. Getting pressure, the corner just falls down. It's like he lost the ball halfway up. I mean, just threw that ball up in the air. Really should have been picked off.
Here we go. 3rd and 9. Can the Pumas get off the field? Without Chandler's defense has been playing for the most of the game, you might consider this 4-down territory as well. Chandler got the snap. Conover, 3-step drop, being pressured. Now has room to run. He's going to tuck it in. That's what he's going to do. Still on his feet, tackled at the 30-yard line. 1st down, Chandler. They escape yet again.
Pumas get pressure up here inside. They bring an extra defender. Comes up right through. Conover just steps up inside. Does a good job getting the extra. Thought about sliding. Looks like he says, you know what? Hey, I got a few more yards here. Might as well take it.
Pumas make a couple late subs, and now we're going to have a timeout probably taken by Perry, and that's what it's going to be. I think right now the Puma defense is in shambles right now, trying to get men on and off the field in timely fashion.
Yeah, we talk about how that defense really needed to make a play and step up there, and they had them pinned back in a 2nd and 29 and let them convert. That's just,
it hurts.
Against a team like this, you can't give them that many chances because they're going to take advantage of it, and so got to get off the field when you can.
And the Pumas cannot afford to be trading scores with Chandler.
Yeah, they're finally getting some pressure up inside. They found something on defense in order to get to the quarterback, but Conover being smart and realizing nobody was home in the middle, everybody else was in coverage. So
.625 ball spot on the 31-yard line, 1st down here for Chandler. Perry used one of their second half timeouts, which, you know, we've been saying it all throughout the game, might come back to bite them later depending on where we are in the game. Chandler break their huddle, now retake the field as well. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 31. Conover lining up under center here. Power formation set. Now everyone's got to flip around to empty backfield now. 4 wide. 3 wide and a tight end. And a throw on the screen pass, and Maldonado wants to throw. He's got a man, and it is caught inside the 10-yard line at the 9. 1st and goal, Chandler on the trickery.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was back. Let's take a look at the replay here. That's touchy at best of whether or not it's a backward pass. Let's see where he throws it from. Wow, I don't know. You be the judge.
It's close, yeah.
I'm not sure that was a backwards pass, but the referee called it right away, so we got to go with what he did.
We have some movement on the line here. It looks like it's going to be a false start on Chandler.
If that was down the line, I'll give it to you, but I don't think that was back in any stretch of the imagination there.
Maybe just like the Music City Miracle, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
1st and goal from the 15 now after the false start.
You have to give the ref credit. He called it right away. That was a backwards pass. So
he is the one on the field, and we're not, to be fair.
But I have replay.
That is true. You do. That's a great equalizer. On 1st and goal, they give it to Brooks. Brooks waiting for the hold to develop as well. You know, that's something with Brooks. He's just so patient, Brian.
Yeah, he does a good job of, waiting for his guys to get there. And we saw that on film, too. There's a couple of long runs he had. He'd stick the hand in the back of his offensive lineman and kind of let him pick his way down. And so, good job there by the defense. They did a great job of squeezing that down and forcing them to cut back inside. They got to force them back inside. And those guys on the backside have to run the line of scrimmage and keep pursuit and take away that cutback lane.
Again, we're in a situation where the Pumas need to hold Chandler to a field goal here on 2nd and goal. Conover wants to throw. He's got a man. Is it caught? Yes, it is. That's a touchdown. There's a flag in the backfield, most likely for roughing the passer. That looked like the Sal Puffer. It's going to be another touchdown for Chandler.
Yeah, you can see here. Good pressure by the Pumas, getting in the backfield. Just another throw it up, and these big receivers come down with it. Puffer, big 6'3" receiver. Pretty easy with those gloves and being 6'3", 6'4". Not
6'4".
a lot to get out of your hands.
Yeah. Boyd comes on for the point after to reinstate the lead to 23 points. Clean snap, clean hold, kick is up, and he got it through the uprights. 37-14 with 5:12 here remaining.
Yeah, so we had that fast first half, fast first quarter. Now we're bogged down in the exchanging scores here. And so we didn't think that scoreboard would be getting lit up so much if we'd went off the first quarter. But now we're
absolutely
into the game we kind of thought we'd be. And Pumas need to get a turnover here, something to change this momentum. The big play that they got, and Chandler answers right back and goes right down the field and says, you can go ahead and hit a big play, but we're going to leave that defense on the field for another few minutes and get them worn out some more. But finally starting to get some pressure inside. He's going to see if that's going to pay dividends here eventually, with Conover making a bad decision and putting the ball in a risky spot.
So the penalty was enforced on the kickoff. So they're going to kick off from the Perry 45.
We talk about them not being friends. Is the onside kick here just because?
I would not. I would put a bet on it. Absolutely. Put an onside kick on. Let's see. Boyd checks with his teammates. If I was coaching, I'd probably do it. He kicks it deep, though. It's going to go back for a touchback. I might as well. You're up by 23 points. You're only sacrificing possibly, 15 yards with the opportunity to get the ball back?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of coaches will do that.
Yeah.
Automatic there. You figure it's got to go 10, and if the ball bounces around there, you're 15. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but they're confident in their defense. They have really done a good job all night. There's only 14 points on the board, and one of them was a home run. So you let your defense play. They've been getting pressure all night with that front seven, and Pumas have not been able to run the ball at all.
Putting the pistol lining up here to try and answer Chandler's score. 3 wide set here for Perry. They're going to fake the run. He wants to go deep. Now he's going to have to scramble. And he's brought down. Big loss here inside the 10-yard line. Puma's moving the wrong direction.
You can see here, Purdy just tries to step up inside as this play gets going. You check to the line, check to the coaches, get a play, see what they want to do. And Chandler's bringing an extra guy here. And this get it pushed inside. Purdy panics and takes off running. This defense is too fast to be able to run away from.
Loss of 11 on the play. 2nd and 22. Empty backfield here for the Pumas. 4 wide set. Trips right. Purdy wants to throw quickly, and he throws to Boyd over his head, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I got double slants there. It looks like maybe the second slant might have been the better decision rather than the inside one there. And almost got his head taken off.
Yeah, that was close. Third and 22, you would assume here, given the down and distance and given the position on the field, probably a screen draw here. Empty backfield here for Purdy. Purdy's going to throw to Clayton Schmitz on the outside. He makes the catch, gets down to the 29-yard line, but it's still going to be short of the marker, as well short, and the Pumas go 3 and out.
We can see here the scouting by the coaching staff. They run the same exact play. This time he takes the second slant, and that's where they hit the play. So going to go for it on 4th down here.
Here we go. This is pretty much the Pumas are going all in. 4th and 6. Purdy gets the snap. He's going to throw. He's got a man wide open. That's Schmitz. He gets past the marker. They get a first down. He stiff arms a man past the 40-yard line. Down at the 42 or so. First down, Perry.
Yeah, good job by the Pumas. Just a couple slants, wide open, no flat defender. Nice job by Schmitz picking up a little extra on top there. Pumas taking the risk. Ends up paying off.
Perry playing fast. Purdy now rolling outside, and he's going to throw, and he's got his man. That's going to be a first down. It looks like it is Schmitz again. Clayton Schmitz is becoming Purdy's favorite pass target. There's a flag in the backfield, and we're going to check the call here.
You can see here Schmitz works on a slant and then starts working back to the sideline. Looks like he taps a foot down. We're going to get a holding call against the Pumas, though. It's going to come back. Nice job by Schmitz. Kind of working his way back. Not just standing in the spot waiting for the quarterback to do something. He found an open area, worked his way open for Purdy, but holding call, gonna bring it back. And the thing I hate about high school football, they moved the holding call from the spot of the hold.
Yeah.
Only level that happens at ends up being a 20-yard penalty here for the Pumas.
Yep, so rather being first down on near Chandler's side of the field, it's 1st and 25 from the 25.
15-yard penalty. Yeah, that's we got a false start.
And we're going to have a false start probably, and that is going to be the call on Kyle Patterson. So Pumas still moving the wrong direction. It's going to be 1st and 30.
And, you know, the thing that's happening here, too, is that Chandler's getting such good push with their defensive line. They're actually keeping Patterson, one of their better offensive threats, into block. Not able to send him out in a lot of routes. They're just keeping him in to help out and be able to give Purdy some time to throw the football.
Marker currently sits on the 50-yard line. Ball spotted at the 20. 4 wide set here for the Pumas. Purdy gets the snap. He's going to run. Now he's going to throw. He took it into run. He's got a man on the near sideline. That's Schmitz. Schmitz tried to make a move and just thought, yeah, well, I'll just go out of bounds.
See, here's the problem for Perry here. You got 3-man rush, and Polamalu just completely defeats a double team.
Yeah, ouch.
Right by him in the inside there, and not what you want to see out of your double team.
2nd and 17 now. Same set, they just flip the sides. Purdy wants to go deep, looking for a man, now going to the middle. That's Connor Boyd, he's got him again, and did he hang on? He was hit from behind late. He does have it inside the 20-yard line. The Purdy to Boyd connection has been strong tonight, Brian.
Yeah, you can see here, Purdy looks to the sideline, gets the play. Plenty of time on the 4-man rush, throws it up. Out of our cameraman's range, you see at the end, good job by Boyd pulling it down. Puma's going to go quick here.
They're going to give to Burns here on 1st down. Burns gets inside the 15-yard line, and that's where he's brought down.
Nice run by Burns. First positive run we've seen, for anything more than a couple of yards in a long time. They've just kind of abandoned the run, not trying to test that stout defensive line by the Wolves.
Gain of 4 there, now 2nd and 6. They're going to run the same exact play. Give to Burns again. Burns to the outside, inside the 10, inside the 5. Did he stay in? No, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Perry.
Yeah, let's hear a replay here.
Let's see.
Spin around. Here comes Burns down the side. Foot on the line.
Yeah, foot on the line.
Good job by our camera crew up top. Hunter Thompson, Alex Martinez getting that shot. Right, Johnny on the spot there with the camera. You see the foot right out at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good shot right there by those guys. 1st and goal from the 3. Now Perry looking to answer. And he looks to the sideline. Purdy seems a little bit confused about the play call. Now they have to call their 2nd timeout, and that one hurts Brian.
Yeah, it's one thing, in high school, the clock stops so much. You don't need them on offense when it's getting late, but to burn them there, it's hey, you got to get the points though, no matter what. So it's worth the timeout if you're not in the right spot you want to be in. Get in the right spot to make sure you ensure points here. But 2 nice long plays here by the Pumas, and Pumas were backed up after that holding penalty.
Yeah,
looked to be in trouble, but hit some nice long ones and right back in business.
Face a 1st and 30, went for it on 4th and 6 from inside their own 30. Now they sit with a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line with only 15 minutes of play left, trying to cut down the lead. Now both teams retaking the field. Here we go. 1st and goal for the Pumas. What do you think here, Brian, on 1st and goal?
Run the ball. They count the box and see what they're doing in there. I mean, they got some extra heavies in there right now, but they don't have their Pumas don't have their big back in. Let's see what they do here.
They're going to run the ball. Jaden Burns, straight up the guts. Maybe gained a yard on the carry, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal. Cover 0 here from this Chandler goal line set. Only 2 wideouts. Now we're going to have a stop here. And we have an injured player here for the Pumas who's limping off the field.
Yeah, you never want to see that when you're down here in a crucial situation. Jacob Warren, senior, coming off double knee braces, so one of those things got caught up in there and twisted. So hopefully the backup can root somebody out of there.
Here we go, 2nd and goal from the 2. 2:30. Ball on the right hash, they're going to Purdy's going to keep it himself on the option. He's going to bang in there. He starts the ball across the goal line. Pumas respond. Touchdown, Brock Purdy. Excuse me, Chubba Purdy. I'm so used to saying his name. Chubba Purdy.
Yeah, nice job here by Purdy. You can see Purdy's going to keep it himself on the read here and just gets the edge and decides, you know what, I got to put my head down. Drags the defender in right across the goal line. Barely squeaks it in there. Good job by the Pumas answering again. So we talked about answering when you're down by 3 scores. Needed defensive stops. So see if the Pumas put the ball at risk here the next time out.
So again, down by 17. They keep the offense on the field, wanting to go for 2. Purdy lines up in the pistol. Burns in behind. They're going to run an option to flip to Burns. Burns is going to have to work to get the 2 points. He goes toward the corner. What do we got? No signal yet, and I think they're going to say he's short.
I don't know. Let's go look at this again. You can see here.
Yeah, the official word is that he's short. They did not convert the 2 points. Let's see on the replay.
Option here on the replay. We kind of tick this down. That ball might be short, but he definitely, his body was across. The body was across,
yeah.
Call.
Absolutely. So the Pumas decide to go for 2, down by 17, to try and cut it down to a 15-point lead. Come up short. And now still trail by 3 possessions.
Yeah, not sure what the reasoning is there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything for you either.
Yes, it goes to 2 possessions there, and so
it goes to 2 possessions even with the extra point.
The student section doesn't seem to care.
They're having a good time. Yeah, look at them.
Dancing and having fun in the crowd there. So
my man in the orange didn't really seem to be fitting the Hawaiian theme that well. Defensively, here we go. Pumas need a stop. Let's see if Coach Jones tries anything tricky here on special teams. This one's going to be short of the end zone. It's going to be returned from the 7-yard line, and here come the Wolves. And that's good coverage right there from the Pumas, dropping them inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the job here done by the Pumas. Number 25, Peyton Hill here, junior running back. He just tackles the blocker and the ball carrier.
Look at that.
That's a great job by Hill. Not waiting for somebody else to come do the job. He's going to take them both out. Let the Chandler teammates sort them out.
Ball spotted at the 18-yard line. Perry down by 17. 2:23 left to go here in the third quarter. And we can only say it so many times. The Pumas need a stop.
They need a turnover is what they need.
I have a false start going to be called on the Wolves. It's going to move them back, but as we saw in that last drive, I'm not sure if that really means anything with this offense.
No, not a whole lot. So need the got them backed up here. We need a student section maybe get it a little bit more rowdy than they are to help out. I know it's not 90,000 people, but
something is absolutely a lot better than nothing. 1st and 15 from the 13. Chandler have been stuck here many times tonight, and they give to Brooks, and just like that, they're out of it. DeCarlos Brooks accelerates past the 20-yard line to the 23, it looks like, for 2nd and medium.
Yeah, we talked about before, maybe not the home run hitter we've seen before out of this offense, but definitely does his job and understands where the holes are, where to slide to on those run plays. Just always seems to find the little seam to pick up the extra couple of yards.
He's probably the most demoralizing running back, because no matter what, you know he's going to get at least 5. And they go to him one more time, and he's got some room to run. Almost made a man miss in the secondary. He's brought down at the 30-yard line, 1st down Chandler.
So we talk about how Brooks is patient here, and you see him be patient, then he puts the foot in the ground and goes. And so that's what makes it so tough, is he waits and waits, and he sees that little seam, and he's got the speed to squeeze right through there. Just really good at running that zone play.
From the 30-yard line, man in motion here, and they're going to give to Brooks. Brooks got the middle, now reverses his field, comes toward the near sideline. He's got some room to run. Bulldozes a man to the 45-yard line, a 15-yard carry, 1st down Chandler.
So the last play we saw, Brooks cuts it up where the hole was. Now you see same route. He's going to take the cutback lane. Nobody's home for the Pumas. No pursuit on the backside. And that's why that play's so hard to stop with a running back with vision like Brooks.
They sub Brooks out. They're going to bring in Brown Taylor. I'd imagine that's probably where they're going to go again, and they do to Brown Taylor. Taylor patient as well. Now he's going to cut back. He's got room to run. There goes Brown Taylor, maybe even a little bit faster. Down the field, down the right hash. A diving attempt. Did he stop him? Yes, he did. They save a touchdown. It's a 64-yard run from Brown Taylor. First and goal from the 1.
Yeah, you can see here the deadly cutback here. He just takes this all the way back from where he started, and then it's off to the races. Puma's taking angles. You can see Young getting there, stops him just short, but damage is already done. Chandler now ready to punch it in again here.
Yeah, I give the ball to Brooks and let him do the work, and that's exactly what they're going to do. He puts his head down. He's stopped behind the line, though. Good job by the Perry front. They stop him for a loss of 1, it looks like.
Yeah, bucking up there and playing defense, and so Chandler in there, tight splits, foot to foot, trying to squeeze him out, but Perry's defense gets a push and gets there before the cutback can occur.
Chandler looking toward the sideline to get their play call, and they're probably going to let this clock run out, and they are with 14 seconds left, and that's what we're going to do. It's going to be second and goal from the 2-yard line heading into the 4th quarter. And as we head to the break, Pumas are trailing by 17. Need a big stop here defensively. Need to put some points on the board here in the 4th quarter. As we head into the 4th quarter, like I said, Chandler up 17. And when we come back, we'll have the final 12 minutes of action. Until then, we will take a break here from John Wren for Perry Live 365.
I've barely spoken. Your words have been so
Welcome back here from John Wren. Second and goal from the 2. They give to Brooks straight ahead, and he's stopped short at the 1-yard line. I'd be fixing to believe that this is 4-down territory from the 1-yard line. I think if Chandler don't get this, they're going to try punching in one more time. Single back set. Brooks in the backfield. This might be a leap situation. He doesn't even need to do it. So let's see where they mark him. No official yet. They're going to make the call to the line judge here on the near side. I don't see any arms going in the sky. I think he's going to rule him short here. 4th and goal.
You can see he gets spun around. They end up ball on the wrong side. So Pumas can capture some huge momentum here if they can end up getting a stop. You got a submarine there down inside. Get into the legs of those defenders. The offensive linemen, don't let them get any push and let those backers come and clean it up over the top.
Here we go. They're going to fake the pitch. What a great read. There's a face mask going to be called though. This is going to be 1st and goal here for Chandler.
Yeah, so you see him come around here, and I don't know. Yeah, he got the face mask. I was hoping that was the back, but right in the right position, sniffed it out all the way. Mayberry right there.
Makes a great read, too.
Fatal mistake of grabbing him by the face, and really, I don't think he had any chance of getting in there without it. That was run all the way. He was not looking to throw that ball.
And that hurts, but that's been pretty much Perry's game the way it's gone. Whenever they got that big stop, it's been something a little extra added to it.
Just a great defensive stand there all the way through, and they just don't quite get it. What are they?
What's happening right now?
I'm not sure how it's still 4th down. I'm really confused.
Yeah, the referees, the marker is still on the field, and on the scoreboard have it as 4th down. It's a personal foul, so it would be a first. Now we have a timeout taken by Chandler. They're going to, maybe Sean Aguano over there took the timeout so the referees can get themselves lined up together.
Well, I'm confused why the ball would only be at the 3-yard line up there too. Well, I guess half the distance from where it occurred, but
it doesn't explain the 4th down part.
It does not explain the 4th down part. So are we at a high school is not an automatic first down on a personal foul?
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm guessing that must be the rule if that's still 4th down. So Pumas with a chance still to step up here. Those high school versus college rules are vastly different.
There's no way. You're going to have to look that up. I would be shocked.
I think it is. I don't think
Are you serious? Really?
I don't think it's an automatic first down.
Wow.
So they're going for it.
So, wow, okay.
So what's your call? What do you think they're going to...
well, let's take a look here who we got on the field. Brooks is still in behind. You have Maldonado.
Running some trickeration here.
Yeah, looks like it, right? Yeah, they are running some absolute trickeration. It's going to be hide everyone. Conover goes under center. They fake the push, same play. Conover looks to throw. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. The Pumas make the stop on 4th down after the face mask. Talk about momentum, and they finally got it.
The penalty flag on the play here.
On the far side. Yeah, there's a far side flag on the goal line. Referee's talking it over.
Legal man downfield.
Legal man downfield. It's on Chandler. It's going to be Perry's ball.
Pumas with the big stop now. Got to capitalize.
Yes.
97 yards to go downfield. Still down 3 scores after the missed 2-point conversion after the last touchdown.
I will tell you, I did not know that rule until just now. I assume you didn't either.
Perry a little fired up on the sideline, finally getting his stop there, but it's still a problem. Down 3 scores with only 10:22 left in this game.
Have to make a lot of plays. Pretty much everything has to go Perry's way from here on in. Down 17 points. 10:22 left to go. Only 1 timeout as well. The odds are stacked against the Pumas. Purdy stands in the shadow of his own goalpost here. 4 wide set. He looks to the sideline. He gets his play. He's not sure. He's very confused. Now he finally gets it. And here we go. He gets the snap. Wants to throw right quickly. Now he's going to take off and run. Did he get the ball off? I don't think so. It's going to be a safety for Chandler. That's what we were saying. When something goes right for the Pumas, the very next second it turns on them. There's a safety.
You can see this pressure. Not a ton of pressure, but Chuba gets spooked and takes off running there when really he just needed to step up and nowhere to go. He took off there.
And you can feel the energy and the aura of this stadium has been sucked right out. You can hear a pin drop right now in John Wren Stadium.
When Patterson's coming off the field, he's limping off the field here. That is a big loss if you lose Patterson in this game.
So now the Pumas are going to be forced to kick it away. Back to Chandler, here with 10:16 left to go in the game. And Chandler is a team, Brian. Chandler is a team that we know, and we've seen from experience, that they will not call off the dogs. They are a team that will run it up on you if you're not careful.
Yeah, you know, it's a 19-point lead here, and the Pumas has been competitive. It's just, it's one of those things, like we've seen this for years and years. It's like waves at the beach. They just keep coming and coming, and right when you think you get a break in the set, here comes another set coming through, and so it's tough to match as a team against this, and so the athletes are everywhere. And, again, it's down by 19, but it's been a lot more competitive than that. And it's just Pumas have not been able to capitalize on some of those mistakes that Chandler's made.
So the kick is going to be returned from the 15-yard line by De La Torre. De La Torre through the middle of the field, right in between the hash. He's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10:08 left to go. And I'll tell you what, Brian, another score from Chandler, it's going to be real hard to come back from that. It's going to be real hard to come back from how it is right now, either way.
Yeah, I'm not sure you'll see the ball 3 more times in this game, so regardless, it's without a turnover or something big on defense. Three more snaps by this offensive possessions, I don't see happening. But they might score too fast.
There you go, maybe. Conover's going to keep on the play action. Lebrock did not hang on to the ball. At least that's how it looked. What are they going to say? They're going to say he caught it. It looked to me that he juggled it for sure. We're going to take a look on the replay here. They're going to give it to him. First down, Chandler.
So a little boot action here by the Wolves. Ball's kind of moving around in there.
And well, you make the call.
Yeah, we don't have the good enough 120 frame slow motion to be able to pick that up.
The ball definitely, looking at it from live speed, the ball definitely juggled. Whether or not he maintained control, that's another question. Now on 1st and 10 from Perry's 45, they're going to give to DeCarlos Brooks, and Brooks is going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
See, the difference on this zone versus the other zones here that they've run is that the end here for Pumas gets in the backfield, pushes back into that area, sheds his blocker, and doesn't allow him to get outside, sets that edge, and does a nice job, and forces him to make a decision a lot faster than he wanted to. So you need to see that same thing on that outside zone where those ends are kind of taking control and getting rid of that defender, not letting Brooks sit back there all day and make a decision.
They're going to pitch to Brooks here. Brooks on the far side of the field, brought down, only gain of about 1 or 2. It looks like it's going to be 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 here for Chandler.
A nice job by the Puma defense there. Braxton Smith chasing and not giving up on the play the entire time there, and really he was the only one there. If he didn't make that play, there was no one home to make it.
Pumas make a lot of late subs. 8:30 and counting, yeah, and you said the Chandler are taking their time with the ball. Conover gets a snap, 3-step, gonna throw, he's got, guess who else? DeCarlos Brooks inside the 25 and taken down at the 23-yard line. First down, Chandler.
You see a simple little wheel route here by Chandler. Brooks just kind of steps up and 2 guys come in and Brooks goes up and outside. I'm not sure that's not offensive pass interference by Lebrock. Lebrock kind of grabbing on as guys went by. So I don't know why that wasn't called. Lebrock releases and then kind of grabs the defender as he goes by, and Brooks goes up the sideline. Looks like it was by design and no call by the referee.
First down now from the 23-yard line. Brown Taylor now in the game, and he's going to get the ball. Makes one guy miss, makes another man miss with a cutback, coming down the near side to the 20, inside to the 15, and taken down at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, tough. You see multiple defenders here to make the play. Got him bottled up. It's like everybody thinks it's dead and everybody stops. And here comes the cutback and the speed to the outside. Makes a nice little run out of it.
8 minutes left to go. 1st and 10 from the 13, so first down still in question here for Chandler. Conover in the gun, and he's going to give to Brown Taylor once again. A huge hole right up the gut. It's going to be near the markers. It's going to be just short, 2nd and maybe 3 here for the Wolves.
I mean, that cutback lane, you could drive a truck through that cutback lane there. That was a gigantic hole. It's a matter of having the vision, and both the running backs have been able to find that hole wherever it may appear on that line of scrimmage.
2nd and 3 from the 6. Again in the gun. They're going to pitch it out to Brooks. Brooks makes a little cutback, now trying to cut back even further inside the 5. He's got the first down. That's going to be 1st and goal from the 3. And you would imagine probably going to do the exact same thing here on 1st and goal. Just give it to Brooks and get out of the way. Whether Brooks wants to go to the outside or straight up the gut, both have been pretty open for him this whole night. Although the Pumas did just make a stop from this kind of range. They pitch it out to Brooks, and Brooks this time is going to roll into the end zone untouched until he crosses in. Touchdown Chandler, and you would think with 7 minutes that probably puts the nail in the coffin.
Well, it's almost like a busted defense here. There's nobody on that side. They don't have numbers at all, and you can see they're completely outnumbered on that toss play. It's like taking, like we said before, taking candy from a baby. It's 3 uncovered linemen on that side with a linebacker standing up. That was the closest guy that was there, and so really no-brainer on where the ball was going to go and how easy it was going to be getting in the end zone there.
Boyd comes on for the point after to put the Wolves up by 26. Looked like he might have pulled it, and he did. He yanked it left, no good. So Boyd misses his second point after of the night, and Perry still have a 25-point lead. Excuse me, Chandler have a 25-point lead over Perry with 7 minutes left to play. So like we said today, the last day of the first quarter here on campus. Both schools going into break.
Yeah, 2-week fall break here, a little bit unique and versus other parts of the country and even some other districts. It's this modified year-round look that we have in this district, and so start school super early when it's still super hot out. I'm not sure why they do that, but it's still in the hundreds in Arizona, although it is approaching October. Makes tons of sense. It's Hawaiian night, just so you can figure that out, how hot it is here in Arizona. All the kids in the stands are in. I think I saw a bikini top actually out there.
A little short pooch kick is caught at the 21 by Xavier James. They got some room to run, waiting for a couple blocks to be made, and now boots the man out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and that's where the Pumas will take over.
Nice job by James, kind of taking this little pooch and being patient with his blocks, and makes a little spin move, waits, and then puts on the jets, tries to hit that edge, and flip there again for good measure.
So, Brian, going forward here for the Pumas as they trail by 25 in this one. They have Brophy coming up over break, and what are some of the other matchups that we'll be looking forward to?
Yeah, still have the whole Premier region left. So you got Brophy, you got Hamilton, you got Basha. And really what you're hoping for is to get a nice seed, get a couple of home games, and then stay off of the side of the bracket where
there's a very obvious defensive PI going to be called on Connor Boyd, and that's one of those ones where if you're beat, might as well drag him down.
Yeah, you can see here just taking the long shot, pressure coming, throws it up. A little tackle on the way down there by the defender. 15-yard penalty, Pumas on the Chandler side of the field.
So after the penalty, as you said, Brian, they're going to move up into plus territory here. Ball spotted at 39-yard line. Purdy in the gun. Now they're going to look to the sideline to get the play. Burns the back to his left. Purdy's going to throw to Burns. Burns has got it on the near side. Now he's going to accelerate toward the 30-yard line, and he's going to be tackled right just before the marker. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
The same thing, even like you said, what do they look forward to? You win out and you get a good seeding in the playoffs, and you may not be able to get in that top 4 seeding, but you just don't want to be on the side of the bracket as these guys. I don't think there's anybody else they're too worried about playing, and then this is obviously the team they don't want to see in that second round. If you can avoid them at all, you don't want to see them until at least the semifinals.
Exactly. I mean, Chandler has been this team's only kryptonite throughout the past few years, given the exception of Pinnacle this season.
Yeah, I think if they saw Pinnacle again, you'd see a vastly different game. It was
I agree.
Kind of an unfair situation for Chubba to come into. He's following his brother, and then he's also playing against the #1 quarterback in the country. So a lot of pressure there on a young guy making his first varsity start.
And speaking of pressure here, Chubba forced out of the pocket, trying to make a move, kind of fell over his own feet. Going to bring up 2nd and medium here as the Pumas near the Chandler end zone as we wind down this game.
Basha kind of showing up this year, only 1 loss on the season, and a different team under new coaching staff, but I'm not sure about that schedule. I haven't seen anybody that they play that been too tough, and so when they hit this Premier Region and start seeing a little bit more formidable opponent.
Jaden Burns finds the end zone here on the 16-yard pass from Burns doing most of the work there. He finds a score, the Pumas back on the board.
So you can see here just a little back release one-on-one. Pumas win that one-on-one battle. Burns throws the juke right on down on Avery Carrington. Carrington with the whiff.
45-26 pending the point after here. And you would imagine, given the score, we're going to be seeing an onside kick. Point after is through the uprights. Coach Jones decides to kick it this time. Bringing us to an 18-point deficit. 3 possessions here for the Pumas that they need to make up in 5:37.
Yeah, so as that schedule goes through again, we still see next home game here is going to be 2 weeks against the Brophy Broncos, another team with the new coaching staff. Former NFL quarterback John Kitna, now the coach over there with his son playing quarterback. Kitna coming from Texas to take over that Brophy program run by Scooter Bolander for years and years. Scooter now in an advisory role for the Broncos. And Brophy now 4-1 on the year. Again, another team that hasn't seen a real tough schedule so far this year. So Chris McDowell, new coach down at Basha, new coach at Hamilton, new coaches all over. And so that'd be a new twist for the Pumas having to face new staffs from the other region foes.
Here comes the onside kick. A good kick here. And it just passed the outstretched hand of the Puma player, kind of trying to go for it. Went the 10 yards. Couldn't get really that much better of a kick there, Brian.
Yeah, right there. You just got to put 2 hands on it. Try to go up there with one. And with that ball, that spin rate on that thing, it's kind of hard to grab that with one hand. But nice kick and nice setup by the Pumas. And it looked like they had a really good chance at grabbing that thing.
Well, 5:36 left to play here. I very much doubt that Perry, unless Chandler score, will see the ball again.
I'm guessing they're going to score.
You think so?
That's what I'm
yeah?
I don't think
we'll go with that.
5.5 minutes off that clock. But, again, it's a good game for the Pumas as far as, having a measuring stick. They haven't had a lot of competition in the last weeks. I know some of those scores look like they got close, but it was really the Pumas backups that were getting in the games and kind of making those things a lot closer than they were. So it's the first test they've had since week 1, really. I mean, Red Mountain gave them a little bit of pressure, but nothing that they kind of weren't in control of the whole time. And so it's one of those things when you don't see anybody tough for a while, it's hard to kind of put it back in gear. And so this would be a nice wake-up call for them to push through the rest of this Premier Region schedule as they go through.
Well, and that's one of the things, too, with high school that we've seen over the past few years, especially with, given open enrollment and kids being able to really choose where they go to school. There's not much parity right now in high school football. The better team usually always wins. I can't think of the last time we've had that shocking upset where, oh, my goodness, I can't believe this team just beat that team.
Yeah, no, it's always been kind of an all-star game type deal that you kind of get into, right? You see these teams like Chandler, just kids transfer in. I mean, the nose guard, Malapola, he came from Mountain Point. He was a stud at Mountain Point, and he picks up, sits 5 games, and now he's on a team that really didn't even need him. And now you're just adding one more into the depth chart that can come and keep putting pressure on quarterbacks. And so, just like Saguaro High School got 5 transfers that became eligible here at the 5-week mark. I think there was another one out at North Canyon High School, had a similar situation. So, actually, those guys left North Canyon. I'm thinking about Ironwood had 5 guys that transferred in after a fight at Deer Valley last year. And so it's just, it's the Wild West of transfers. And so you don't like where you're at, go find someplace new, sit out 5 games, and pick up halfway through the season.
Well, in the midst of all the transfer talk, Pumas finally got a stop on defense. It's going to be probably too little too late, though. Punt goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And high school has felt like it kind of turned into what the NBA is kind of turning into in terms of just super teams, and you can go wherever you want to, and it just creates, you have your top, we'll say your top 3, and then it feels like there's just a huge gap between those and everybody else.
Yeah, definitely. Even at the top level, Perry is one of the bigger schools in the state, and so they pull a lot of kids. And just numbers-wise, it's we had a freshman A team, a freshman B team, a JV team, a junior team, and so there's lots of opportunities to play with all the resources. And then you have other schools with that division that don't have that opportunity, and it's hard for the development unless they get some transfers that come in. And so kids are shopping, parents shop to try to find the right situation. You end up with teams like Chandler.
Purdy in the gun is going to tuck it and run with it. Makes a man miss. Nice little juke move from Purdy. Still going down the near sideline and goes out of bounds. Big run there from Brock Purdy trying to keep the Pumas offense alive.
Yeah, you can see Purdy here calling the line of scrimmage. His first big run he's had all night. We thought he might be able to get out of there a little bit more, but steps up inside. The ball will hang a little low, but makes a little stutter move there. Good job picking up extra yardage.
Down by 18 with 4:15 left to go. The Pumas trying to stage what would be a miraculous comeback if they were able to pull it off. Purdy now wants to throw. He's got Connor Boyd, his favorite target so far tonight, and he's got a first down with forward progress.
That RPO has been really good for them tonight. They show neutral pass block, run block, look by the offensive lineman, read those backers and see what they do. If they come up, you throw the slant behind them, and they've been able to hit that for some nice gains.
We have a flag here. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Looks like Connor Boyd, and it might be illegal formation here. Let's see what the call is. Connor Boyd was kind of moving as the ball was snapped. Yeah, it was illegal shift was the call. They declined it. So, 2nd and 10 here for the Pumas.
That's a weird play. That was
yeah, it was awkward.
Weird all around. We had a really bad shot on our end, and I'm not sure exactly what happened on the field either. So,
4 wide set here for Purdy and company. They check the sideline. And Chandler, they've done a good job. They pretty much completely erased Colby Dickey, -1 catch for a touchdown. And they have erased Kyle Patterson as well, even though he was injured. And speaking of Dickey, he makes a man miss with a stiff arm. Gain of 9 here for Dickey.
Yeah, Dickey must have heard you up there.
Yeah, he did. What didn't he?
We talked about Patterson. It kind of had to flip as far as had to make a coaching decision if we're going to protect the quarterback or we're going to have Patterson go out. So they've had Patterson stay in. And
Jordan Young drops a man on that juke. Gets the ball to the 41. It's going to be a first down and stops the clock. 3:40 and counting. The Pumas, at the very least, trying to make the score a little bit more respectable. Purdy gets a snap, now throws off one leg to Dickey. Dickey made one guy miss, fell to the ground for a gain of 5.
Yeah, so Pumas will enjoy a bye on the week off next week as well. And so time to...
Here, Purdy flushed out of the pocket. Doing well to improvise, breaks the tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Stayed in bounds, so the clock will keep rolling on as we approach the 3-minute mark.
Time to kind of take a look at some self-scout stuff and see where they can find some tendencies they may want to fix on both sides, on offense and defense. It's kind of a good time to do that during the season, and usually don't have time to do that. And take a look, see what they can do, and get prepared for those last
Purdy threw into a massive humanity right there. 2 receivers, 2 defenders. Jordan Young came up with the ball. It's going to be short, though. It's going to be 4th and 1, and what will be the Pumas' last chance.
I think they're going to go for it.
I think that's a good call. Purdy's going to run it himself. I don't know. I'm not sure if that was a design quarterback draw, but he got the first down and falls down. He wanted the flag for getting hit late. Didn't get it, but it does stop the clock for right now.
Yeah, just a good decision by Chuba there. He quick pass, saw that huge lane open up and decided, hey, you know what, it's just a yard. Let's pull it down and get it.
2:15 and counting. Purdy wants to go deep. Throws a little touch pass for Jordan Young right on the dot from 28 yards out. The Pumas are coming back in this one, at least for right now. Touchdown, Perry.
Yeah, you can see Purdy just throws this lofted ball. No safety help. Young throwing the hand up twice, saying, hey, this is over with. I'm wide open, throw it now. Nice job by Purdy, this Puma offense. Hey, you never know. Couple onside
You're right.
kicks.
Crazier things have happened. Puma's only trailing by 12 right now.
We saw that nice onside kick earlier, so it's not out of the question to get a couple of them.
We got a whistle coming from the far side, a flag thrown.
It's the question of the day, Jordan.
Go on.
Down by 12, right?
Yeah.
Why aren't you going for 2 here?
That's a great question. You know, I was thinking that in my head. I could not answer that for you. You go for 2 if you get it, and there's an offsides call, so they move the ball up. You go for 2 and you get it. You're down by 10. It's only a touchdown and a field goal. You don't. You're down by 11. Need 2 touchdowns.
2 down by 15. Or down by
That's 17. Yeah.
15. So.
I think if you were to consult the 2-point sheet, I believe it would tell you to go for it. Down by 12. Point after, though, nonetheless, is up and through. So a couple of interesting calls to kick it rather than go for it, and vice versa as well. It's through. Pumas trail by 11 with 2:14.
Still 2 possessions. You gotta get a 2-point conversion on either side. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you score and you get 2, it's 8 and 3, but 6 one way, half a dozen the other, I guess.
So the Pumas are going to have to get the onside kick. Obviously, if they don't, this one's wrapped up. So we approach the end of this game.
Game's gone so long, our scoreboard kicked the bucket.
Yeah.
Not enough outlets here.
We are probably, there might be a fire hazard here. And you didn't hear that from me.
We do have a lot going on up here.
Yeah.
So.
Not in a very pretty confined space as well. Samuel Cross gave the onside a nice attempt last time. Let's see if we can do it here. Got around the same kind of bounce. It was recovered by Chandler, and that's going to do it.
Good job by the defender there. Number 43 for the Wolves. Stepping up and not waiting for that thing to take another bounce. Javon Aquin, the senior linebacker, doing a nice job of taking matters in his own hands, playing that shortstop position and taking that nice long hop and giving Chandler possession at the 49.
So barring a Phillip Rivers-esque fumble but on the snap here, this should be it.
I'm curious if they go shotgun here. Yeah, they're going to go shotgun. No one goes under center, so it's probably safer than getting under center nowadays.
Conover, they're going to give to Brooks. They're not going to take the knee here. Brooks wrapped up from behind. Puma going to be stripping at the ball. Gain of 5 for Chandler.
Score here. Brophy up on Hamilton 14-13. 7 minutes left in the game. Be a huge win for that new Brophy staff. Pull that one out.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to win over Hamilton. Brooks goes in behind Conover. He gets the ball. Waits for his block. Falls forward near the markers. He's going to be a yard short. It's going to be 3rd and 1. .60 seconds remaining in this one. Chandler is going to take it, like I said, barring the almost impossible, very improbable. Chandler's going to improve to 5-1 on the year. And here, DeCarlos Brooks with some room to run, gets the first down and moves inside the 45, down at the 32, it looks like. Excuse me, the 35, rather. 44 seconds. Let's see what Chandler do, if they're going to take a knee or if they're going to keep running the ball. And Perry, for the first time in, I think, 3 years, Brian, is going to have at least a 2-loss season.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, during the regular season, only
right.
Been 1 loss in the regular season for the last couple years. So
And Conover does take a knee. They hit the victory formation, and that's going to be it here from John Wren Stadium. 45-34 is going to be our final here between the two teams. And what I think is what we can say a reality check for the Pumas. Pumas were still reminded how far away they are from the top. They still have that hurdle that they have not been able to leap over, known as the Chandler Wolves. And for Brian Bernier, Cooper Richter, our director here tonight, and everybody part of the Perry Live 365 crew, I'm Jordan Palacio. We are signing off tonight from John Wren Stadium. Again, our final score, 45-34, Chandler over Perry. Until next time, wish everyone a good night, and we will see everyone for the next Perry football broadcast. Until then, good night.